Solve the equation using the quadratic formula. We have 2x squared minus 6x minus 9 equals 0. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph the related function y equals 2x squared minus 6x minus 9, and then see how many and what type of solutions should be expected. Okay, so you can see I entered in the equation, and then we'll graph it. You can see the parabola pretty well. We can't see the vertex, but we can see the two x-intercepts. Let me adjust the window just a little bit. I'm going to make the y min a little bit bigger number, so negative 15 instead of negative 10. Okay, that looks great. So now let's look at the graph. We have two x-intercepts, which means there should be two real solutions to the equation. So now let's apply the quadratic formula. Remember, it's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and a, b, c. So our a is 2, b is negative 6, c is negative 9. So negative b is negative of negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 9 all over 2 times 2. Negative of negative 6 is 6, and plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared is 36. That'll be minus, now 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times negative 9 is negative 72, so it'll be minus negative 72 all over 2 times 2, which is 4. So that's 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 plus 72 all over 4. Now back up here, x equals 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 plus 74 is 108, and divided by 4. So now we just need to see if this 108 can be simplified. So I'm going to simplify, and I'm going to use what's called upside down division. Divide by 2, that's 54. Divide by 2, 27. And divided by 3 is 9. Divided by 3 is 3. So to factor 108, we have 2 times 2, then 3 times 3, and then a 3. So if it's 2 squared times 3 squared times 3, essentially that just means we have 6 squared times 3. Okay, so to simplify the square root of 108, we can take out a 6 from the radical and leave the 3 inside. So it's going to be equal to 6 plus or minus 6 radical 3 all over 4. Okay, now the 6, and the 4 are all even numbers, so we can simplify by 2. So it's going to be 2 times 3 plus or minus 3 square roots of 3 all over 4. Now I write it this way to make sure that you realize you're simplifying correctly. Sometimes people skip this step and then they would take out a 2 from one number but not the other number. So just try to do this extra step, make sure you're not making a mistake here. So now x equals, so we're just going to have 3 plus or minus 3 square roots of 3, and that's going to be all over 2. Now this is a simplified exact answer for a solution to the equation. And these are both real number solutions. I would also encourage you to split this up into two different answers. So you could have x equals 3 plus 3 square roots of 3 all over 2, and then also 3 minus 3 square roots of 3 all over 2. then what you can do is you can enter both of these values into your calculator, get a decimal estimate, and compare that decimal estimate with the x-intercepts that appear on the graph. And those decimal estimates should be very close. But I'll leave that up to you.